Evelyn, whispering, breathless, it's real. God, it's all real. The logs, the tracks, the voices. It's not just a story. It's here. The Wendigo, it's real, and it knows my name. Evelyn, my name is Dr. Evelyn Blackwood. For the past decade, my work in cultural anthropology has been about one thing: how myths take shape in isolated communities. I've traced the Tanawa in New Zealand, the Chupacabra in Mexico, but one legend has always stood apart. A story so powerful, so deeply embedded in its culture, that it still inspires real fear. I'm talking, of course, about the Wendigo. The Wendigo is a mythological creature from the folklore of the Algonquian-speaking First Nations. It's usually described as a malevolent, cannibalistic spirit tied to winter, famine, and starvation. But here's what's so fascinating to me as a scholar. The Wendigo isn't just a monster. It's a concept. It's the embodiment of excess, of greed. It's what happens when a human gives in to their darkest impulses. It's a cautionary tale, a powerful warning against behavior that could destroy a community. Most of what you find online, the ghost stories, the creepypastas, they just focus on the creature. The tall, emaciated monster with a heart of ice. They're all about cheap thrills, jump scares. They miss the point. They miss the psychological terror, the truth at the heart of the legend. This project, this documentary, is going to change that. I believe if I can trace the story to its source, if I can speak to the descendants of the people who first told it, I can peel back the layers of sensationalism and find the human truth. And there's another reason, a more personal one. 5 years ago, my sister, Sarah, disappeared. She was a survivalist, a total pro. She went camping in the remote forests of northern Minnesota, near the Red Lake Reservation, and just vanished. The official report said exposure, a tragic accident. But Sarah wasn't careless. In her last email, she was manic. She said she was onto something huge, a story that would change everything. She mentioned strange tracks, whispers on the wind. She mentioned the word Wendigo. I told myself it was just romantic nonsense. Now, I don't know what to think. So, this isn't just about academics. This is for Sarah. I'm going to find the story she was chasing. I'm going to write the perfect Wendigo story, the one that finally gets it right. And maybe, in doing that, I'll finally understand what happened to her. My expedition starts tomorrow. I'm heading into the heart of the legend. This is Dr. Evelyn Blackwood, signing off. Evelyn Silver Creek is smaller than I expected. It feels like a town at the end of the world, just huddled up against this massive forest. The air is different here, sharper, but there's a heaviness to it, a quiet that feels ancient, watchful. The people are reserved. They're polite, but the second I mention my project, their eyes just glaze over. The moment I say the word Wendigo, the conversation is over. That name isn't welcome here. It's not just a myth to them. It feels more like a wound. Evelyn and I have a meeting tomorrow with a park ranger, Lucas Redfeather. His family has been here for generations, part of the Fond du Lac band of Lake Superior, Chippewa. He was reluctant to talk. It took weeks of emails, of me proving my credentials, promising I'd be respectful. I think he only agreed because I mentioned Sarah. Her name still means something here. It seems her disappearance is another local wound they don't like touching. Lucas is taking me to the edge of the territory where they found her gear. He says the elders tell people to stay away from that part of the woods, that the land there is wrong. It's exactly where I have to start. Lucas, Dr. Blackwood. I'm Lucas. Evelyn, thank you for meeting me, Lucas. I can't tell you how much this means to me. Lucas, let's be clear. I'm taking you to the trailhead. That's it. I'm not going in there with you. Not this time of year. Evelyn, I'm perfectly capable, I assure you. My sister and I grew up. Lucas, I know who your sister was. I was on the search party that found her tent. What you're doing, coming out here with your camera, thinking you can turn our stories into content, it's a bad idea. Evelyn, with all due respect, I'm not making content. I'm here to understand. The Wendigo is a metaphor for what happens when people fall to greed and selfishness. It's a lesson about community. Lucas, you read that in a book. A metaphor. Easy to say from a warm office. Out here, it's different. Legends aren't metaphors. They're memories. They're warnings. And some warnings you need to listen to. This forest, it's not just trees. It holds things. It remembers. You need to get that what you call a myth my ancestors saw as a hard reality. A way to explain the madness that comes from being starved and alone. Evelyn, that's why I'm here. To document that reality. Lucas, no. You're here for a story. And this forest has a way of giving people the exact story they deserve. Just be careful. The woods get quiet before a storm. They get quiet for other reasons, too. Call me when you get back to the trailhead. If you get back. Evelyn, okay. Day 1. The search for the truth starts now. Evelyn, the first part of the trek is invigorating. The cold bites, but the scenery is stark. Beautiful. The silence Lucas warned me about is profound. But it's not empty. It's a heavy, listening kind of silence. It just presses in on you. It's easy to see how you could get paranoid out here. How the wind in the pines could start to sound like whispers. Evelyn, okay, this is interesting. Deer tracks, clearly. But look, the stride's all wrong. Drag marks here, like it was hurt, or fighting something. But there's no blood. Strange. Evelyn, I made it. This is the area where they found Sarah's campsite. Setting up my own tent for the night. The temperature is dropping, fast. The silence is deeper now. It doesn't feel like an absence of sound anymore. It feels like a presence. I keep thinking I hear things. A twig snap, right at the edge of my hearing. But when I stop and listen, nothing. Not a thing. Not even birds. The woods have gone completely still. Evelyn, okay, first night. Everything's fine. I'm secure. I have rations for a week. But I can't shake this feeling. This oppressive, watchful feeling. Lucas's words keep playing over and over in my head. Legends aren't metaphors. They're memories. What does this land remember? Evelyn, whispering, what was that? Something's out there. Evelyn, the rational part of my brain, the anthropologist, is running through a list. Bear. Wolf. But the sound, it's not right. It's too deliberate. And there's a smell. Faint, but it's there. Rotting meat and cold dirt. The smell of decay. Voice, Evelyn, help me. I'm so cold. Evelyn, whispering, Sarah. Evelyn, it was her voice. I know it was. It called for me all night. Sometimes right outside the tent. Sometimes miles away on the wind. I didn't sleep. I just sat there and listened. At dawn, I found footprints outside. They weren't human. They weren't any animal I know. Long, narrow prints, and the snow was melted around the edges. Like whatever made them was burning hot or freezing cold. I'm getting out. I was wrong. I was so arrogant. There's something in these woods I don't understand, and I am not equipped for this. Lucas, you heard it, didn't you? Margaret, the thing you heard. The thing you are hunting for your story. It is not a beast of flesh and blood. It is a fever of the soul. The old ones knew the most dangerous hunger is not of the belly, but of the heart. The hunger for more. More power, more life, more anything. That is what makes a Wendigo. It begins when a person is alone, lost in the wilderness of their own spirit, their own greed. Evelyn, greed. But the stories are about cannibalism. Starvation. Margaret's starvation is the door, not the room. In the hard winters, when the people had to share everything to survive, the greatest crime was to take more than your share. To let your hunger endanger the rest. A man who does that, who eats the flesh of another to save himself, his spirit freezes. He is cursed to wander, forever hungry. He grows bigger with every meal, but is always starving, the embodiment of his own selfish sin. His heart becomes a shard of ice. Evelyn, so it's a spirit. It possesses people. Margaret, it is a choice that becomes a curse. A spirit of hunger that finds the weak, the greedy, the lonely. It whispers to them, promises them what they want. It learns their fears, their secret desires. It can use the voices of people they love to draw them in. Evelyn, my sister. Sarah wasn't greedy. She just loved the outdoors. Margaret, what did your sister hunger for, Dr. Blackwood? What secret want did she carry into those woods? A thirst for adventure? A need to prove herself? To find a story no one else could ever find? That is a hunger, too. A hunger of the ego. The Wendigo feeds on that just as easily as it feeds on flesh. It finds a hollow place inside you, and it fills it with ice. Lucas, years ago, there was a hunter. A white man, Nathaniel Crow. Back in the 1800s. Got lost in a blizzard, trapped for weeks. They say he had a guide with him, a young man from our village. Crow came back alone. He was changed. Gaunt, eyes all wrong. Talked about some spirit of the ice that gave him strength. He disappeared back into the woods soon after. That was the start of the darkness in that part of the forest. The start of this Wendigo. It wears his memory. Evelyn, so Sarah, is she gone? Margaret the person, she was gone. But the spirit, her spirit is trapped. Possessed, but not transformed. Not yet. There is always a struggle. A struggle between the human heart, no matter how frozen, and the monster that eats it. To defeat the Wendigo, you can't just kill the body. You have to reach the soul trapped inside. You have to thaw the heart of ice. But to do that, you must face the monster. And you have to face why it chose your sister. Evelyn, how? How do I face it? Lucas, Margaret shouldn't have told you that. Hope is a dangerous thing out here. Evelyn, she told me the truth. And she told me the only way to kill it is with fire. To burn the body and the frozen heart inside. Lucas, fire keeps it back. It's afraid of flame, but getting close enough. It's a smart hunter. It knows this land better than I do. It'll stalk us, test us, try to split us up. Evelyn, we walk for hours. The silence is total. Lucas moves with a quiet confidence, tuned into everything. He points out things I never saw. Branches broken too high for a bear. A strange, sweet, rotting smell on the air that comes and goes. The feeling of being watched is constant, like a physical weight on my skin. The perfect story I came for feels like a sick joke. This isn't a story. It's an exorcism. Lucas, this is its place. It's larder. Stay close. Sarah's voice, Evelyn. I knew you'd come for me. I found it, Evie. The real story. He showed me. Evelyn, Sarah. Where are you? Lucas, don't answer. It's a trick. It's trying to find us. Wendigo's voice, she was so hungry, anthropologist. Hungry for a legacy. Hungry to be the one who found the truth. I gave her what she wanted. I gave her a story that will never end. And now, I see that same hunger in you. Lucas, Evelyn, get back. Now. Evelyn, it was nothing like the drawings. Nothing. Seeing it, it feels like a violation of reality. A walking blasphemy against nature. It moves like a glitch. And the whole time it whispers. Things it pulls from your own head. Your deepest fears. Your most selfish wants. Lucas, it's pushing us. Towards the caves. Evelyn, why? Lucas, it's a trap. It's where it keeps them. It's stronger there, out of the open. Evelyn, Sarah. Oh God, Sarah. Lucas, no. It's what it wants. Sarah, Evie, you have to run. It's in my head. I can't fight it. I'm so hungry. Wendigo's voice, she was so easy. All she wanted was to be remembered. A pathetic little hunger. But you are different. You want to dominate. To write the perfect story. A much deeper hunger. Let her go. Join me. I will show you truths that would burn your books to ash. You will have the greatest story ever told. Evelyn, the heart. Margaret said we have to thaw the heart. Lucas, there's no time. We have to fight our way out. Evelyn, Sarah. Do you remember when we were kids? Lost in the woods behind Grandpa's? I was crying, but you weren't scared. You said as long as we had each other, we weren't really lost. You told me a story to make it better. Sarah, I remember. The story. Wendigo's voice, silence. Her memories are mine. Evelyn, no. They are hers. And this is her story. Not yours. You're just a parasite. An echo of a dead man's greed. You will not have her. Evelyn, the flares. Get them ready. Evelyn, it's okay, Sarah. I'm here. I'm not leaving you again. Evelyn, fight it, Sarah. Remember who you are. Remember home. Sarah, whispering my story. Evelyn, in the end, I got my story. The perfect Wendigo story. It wasn't about myths or metaphors. It was about love and loss and hunger. The monster hungered for flesh. My sister hungered for recognition. And I hungered for a truth I had no business knowing. Evelyn, the legend of the Wendigo, is a cautionary tale. It warns that when you stare into your own hunger, the abyss stares back. And sometimes, it gives you exactly what you want. I came here to dominate a story. Instead, the story dominated me. It took my sister, and it took a piece of my soul as the price. The forest is quiet now. The Wendigo is gone. But the hunger is still out there. And it's always waiting. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. The events you've just seen are hard to process. If this story meant something to you, please like and subscribe for more investigations into the world's darkest legends. And let me ask you a question. What do you think is the most dangerous hunger? Let me know in the comments. Be careful out there, and don't wander too far into the woods.